Yo, what is going on? Harvey Lehman's here. So today we're going to talk about easy on your end growth. So what is marketing? Marketing is the distribution of products and services. And today we're going to talk about the different types of marketing. We got email marketing, video marketing, social media advertising, blah 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 blah. There's tons of different marketing, but today I'm going to break down the 5 components that you need to know. But first of all, why is it important? Because if you get good marketing, you're going to have more customer satisfaction. You're going to create a competitive advantage over your competition. You're going to have a better brand image. You're going to be able to scale your business a lot faster and a lot more efficiently. You're going to be able to expand your business and get better hires, get more talent. And you're going to be able to become more efficient organization. You're going to have more loyal customers because they love their experience with your brand. And you're going to be able to have a higher value on your business because you have a smoothly operating business. And you're just going to have a better life overall. So that's why marketing is important. So, why do you need it? Because any time you're looking to grow a business or you're looking to stabilize your revenue or you want to get your time back because you've been doing marketing and you really only have word of mouth or you really only have one type of channel that's working, and if something happens, like, it's just your business is just gone, right? So successful business owners, they know how to find different ways of getting traffic because the more traffic you get, the better your business is off. So why should you care? Because there's two types of people in this world, right? There's proactive people and then there's reactive people, right? Proactive people are the types who are going to take action before it's necessary. Before something bad happens, they take action. So when something does happen, they already got it handled. And reactive people, they just let life happen to them. They are the victim. They're not in control of their life. And it's similar to getting clients on demand, right, with a couple clicks of a button versus just word of mouth. Word of mouth is a reactive way of growing your business. It's you're praying, you're hoping, you're one day maybe we'll see, right? Compared to proactive, it's like, okay, I know these numbers, and because I know these numbers, my business is going to grow because I understand the stats, okay? And yeah, so this is why Facebook and Google have been life changing within the last 20 years because you can now do it with just a couple $100. You don't need to spend thousands on a billboard or a TV ad or radio. It's just has become a lot more efficient. So the opportunity is greater than ever. So who else uses this? Okay, literally every business. Let me ask you a question. What business on this picture here doesn't have a social media account? And which one of these businesses don't advertise online? Okay, so all of them do, right? And we're looking at Times Square, and it's more traditional, right? But if I were to show you any of these brands accounts, social media, I guarantee you they're advertising, right? So what happens when you solve this problem? You're gonna be able to generate more cash. You're gonna be able to have more time for yourself and whatever you want to allocate your time to, whatever you feel like is the highest return on your investment. You're gonna have less stress, right? And most importantly, you're gonna have business longevity because 43% of businesses are dead within 3 years and 67% fail within 10 years, right? You something along those lines. Every stat's a little different, but what is the process, right? I call this the 5 major components of business growth, right? We have an offer, we have appointment flows, we have sales calls, we have onboarding, and we have hiring, right? There's 3 parts. So there's before the sale, there's sales process, and then there's after the sale, right? So what is the offer? So when I was first learning how to advertise, I was on Facebook and I wanted to get a consistent flow of leads. And I didn't really know how to generate leads. So I spent 2 weeks trying different things and trying to generate leads, and I was trying creatives and nothing was working until I realized that it's not about how it looks, it's about what you're offering. And when I realized, oh snap, like, it's about what's on the actual what they're actually going to get for what you're offering is the only thing that really matters. And once I found out that the strategy in order to actually deliver on that, right, which is learning how to deliver an effective lead magnet, that's when I realized, like, oh, okay, this is how you generate leads. Because once you're able to generate bulk calls, you're going to be able to make your ad spend profitable, and you're going to be able to create marketing in a way that it makes your service or product desirable, and most importantly, it gets you the contact information that you need in order to reach out so you can make money, right? So a whopping 89% of marketers witness a boost in their returns when they incorporate personalization into their campaigns. Meanwhile, 60% are likely to become repeat customers when they enjoy a personalized shopping experience. 80% of consumers are open to sharing their personal data in exchange for special deals or offers, right? So this gives me back to what I'm going to talk about. It's called remarketing, right? Because once you're able to learn how to remarket and you're able to show something like this and then show them this ad a couple more times, this is how you're going to be able to get people who are interested in what you have, because they're not going to see it once and be interested. They're going to have to see it time and time and time again. Then they're like, oh snap, I keep seeing these ads. Like, I need to take action. And then typically we either have a call now button or they'll book on your calendar or whatever it is, right? So then we have appointment flow, right? So now how are you going to be able to generate appointments? And when I first started with appointment settings, like I didn't know how anything worked, right? I was like completely brand new. This is more like 2019, and I wanted it to be able to generate appointments, and I wanted it to be able to do a way where I didn't have to do the appointment setting. I had a system to where I could just set it and it created appointments for me, right? That's when I figured out how to hire affordably. And once you're able to hire affordably, then you're going to be able to lower your sales cycle. So you're able to make cash faster because all you need is a lead and have someone reaching out to them and someone closing them, and that's it. Because you'll realize that the return on investment is substantial, indicating a 44 return for every dollar spent on lead management. Meaning, right, if you look at that last sentence, meaning people just think that the online system is going to do everything, right? Which it can. However, we're now in an era, 2024, or 2025 approaching. Now you need to be able to be proactive. You can't be reactive. You can't just wait for people to schedule on your calendar. You got to reach out to them and get the deal done, right? So that leads us to sales calls. When I was working for a brand doing over $10 million a year, I wanted to get better at sales. So I was like, hey, I think if I work with this company, I'll be able to become a master at sales. So what they ended up doing is they ended up doing group calls every other day. And because they were doing these group calls, they would analyze people's calls in front of like 15 people and they would rip each other apart. But that's when I realized the power of call optimization, because once you have someone who can optimize your calls and being able to listen on like what you're doing wrong or where is it's inefficient, you're able to generate a more efficient system, because 44% of inside sales are coming from marketing. So inside sales average dials are down 20% year after year, meaning people aren't calling and picking up the phone as much anymore. However, nearly half of sales are coming from just picking up the phone. So, research shows that 35 to 50% of sales go to the vendor that responds first. So, this means if you're able to pick up the phone after you have their contact information, right, and then just have the online system working while you're dialing them, they're going to choose you. So that leads me to onboarding, right? This is the next thing. So I was doing my research, and there's big companies like McKinsey and these other big consulting firms, right? They were bottlenecked, meaning they couldn't make more money after a certain point. So they wanted to be able to take on more clients, and what they did is not be able. They didn't change anything besides how quickly they actually got the client from not knowing who they were to knowing who they were to paying them money to, and then now they got the money. Now the deal has been closed. How long did it actually take them to fulfill on the service? And this is how they're able to onboard literally unlimited clients, because only 12% of employees agree that the organization has a good onboarding process. Meaning most people are slow. Once they get the money, they're just very slow to take action and actually deliver results. And why is onboarding important? Because it boosts clients and employee retention because you make more money and clients are happy because you're fast. You accelerate time to value, which is what I just mentioned. You shorten the time that they paid you money to the time that they have gotten value from you and they're happy that they paid you. It enhances customer experience, it improves engagement, and it builds stronger relationships. So people are glad that they're paying you. Okay, so that's why onboarding is super important. This is what I'm telling you. We're gonna help you with all this. So hiring is the most important part, because now you have the system working. If you don't have the right people in the right places, you're going to get stuck. So that is why we come in and we put an appointment setter, kind of like I mentioned earlier, why appointment setting is so important. You are going to have an appointment setter who's going to come in and generate you appointments. And the best thing is, like, it's going to be cheap because we're hiring overseas talent and we're doing the entire process. So you literally don't have to click a button. You're just having to hire us and bring us on and allow us to help you and get out of your own way. So that way, you already have the traffic because we're doing that. You have the appointment setting because we're doing that. We have us optimizing your calls and listening to your sales calls, helping you become more efficient, and we're helping you hire everything that needs to get hired. And the average cost per hire is approximately 4,700, and we're gonna do that for a fraction of a cost. So 90% of managers find difficulty to source skilled candidates. And you're not going to have to do any of that because we have our own system that allows us to do that. And yeah, so that being said, we're going to, on this call that you're about to have with us, it's not just going to be like we're going to go through this entire slides again, right? You already know this stuff because I just talked about it. On the call, we're going to determine the lifetime value of your customer. So we're going to determine how much a customer is worth to you, and we're going to talk about the return on investment. So customer lifetime value is a metric that adds up all the sales expected from a customer over the lifespan of their relationship with your company. Okay, we're going to figure that out, and this is the formula for it. And then we're also going to figure out the return on investment that's projected, meaning what's possible for your brand, depending on the numbers that are average for your industry, etc., etc. So what you will learn on this call. So this call is going to be probably the most valuable call you've had in the last year, or even longer, or even your entire business, man. Because I guarantee you, most businesses just aren't showing you this stuff because they just don't know how marketing and finances correlate. So you're going to learn the lifetime value of a customer. So be prepared to answer some questions. You're going to learn the projected return on investment, and we know this because we have the industry advertising averages, and we're going to ask you a couple questions. And then you're also going to develop a strategy to grow your business using the 5 major components that I just talked about. And yeah, so it's probably going to be the most valuable call. I'll see you on the call, and we'll talk soon. Have a good day.